Yeah, recording pending. Yeah, okay, start. Yes. So they have asked me to give you the Aspen BAU KT. So which
Okay.
is like daily runs which we do. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll get started right now. So I'll be
Okay.
telling you like what are the jobs there and when we should run this and what days it will run and what type of files we receive and all these type of informations I'll be giving you. And later
Okay.
on, maybe on the next week, the logic and other stuffs will be explained by another resource.
Okay.
So this week I'll be just telling you what all the BAUs and what are the dependencies we have to run. Okay,
Okay.
so
Sure.
we will. So I'll share you my screen.
Yeah, sure.
So just let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's loaded. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as Aspen, right? So we have four types of BAU activities. Okay, so one is the daily BAU, which we run on daily basis. Okay,
Okay.
and then we have a midweek refresh, which is done on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yes, so Wednesday. This is based on ad hoc basis, which business requests us to do a midweek refresh on this day, Wednesday. So
Okay.
we will
Okay.
have a call on Tuesday. That is today. We had a call on 6:30 p.m. That's called an ops meeting. The business
Okay.
will request us whether if they need a midweek refresh or not. If they don't want the midweek refresh, then we are good to go. If they want it, we have to do the necessary steps for that also. And we have
Okay.
a pre-weekend refresh. So this is being done on Friday.
Free.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the weekend refresh is done on Saturday and Sunday, which you need not worry right now. We'll be
Okay.
just focusing on daily BAUs, midweek refresh, and pre-weekend refresh. Okay.
Okay.
So let's move to the first one. So the first BAU is the item master. So you have knowledge on Active Badge, right?
Active batch means here the
We
current
use
going
this.
on.
No. Active Badge is like see for Informatica we use monitor, right, to monitor things. Instead of
Okay.
monitor, we have a Active Badge in which we trigger our jobs. We can see all
Okay.
our
It's
succeeded stuffs.
it's a tool. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tool.
Monitoring tool. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a monitoring tool.
Like control
So
M. Like control M.
yeah. So this is the tool we use. Instead of monitor, we use this to trigger our jobs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I'll teach you later this like how we should operate on this.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
First we will see item master. Okay. So this is the first BAU which runs on daily basis. Daily on means Monday to Friday. Okay.
So daily basis business activities. Okay.
Yeah.
Utilities.
So
Okay.
this is yeah. So it is running on Monday to Friday, and its
Mm.
active batch box name is box UPDT TDM Aspen IM source feed, which you can
Okay.
find it over here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this later I'll tell you.
Okay.
Right now, just see we have item master. Just a second. UPDT TDM Aspen. Yeah. So see we have here. Okay. So
Mm.
this is the job we run.
Okay.
This runs at morning. Okay, so what is the logic here is we have a file watcher. A file watcher in a sense, once the file is being put in our inbound path,
Okay.
okay, it will
Okay.
automatically trigger. So we have to do nothing.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it
Oh.
will just automatically trigger by itself.
Mm.
Okay, so this job is triggered in once the file is placed in our input path. The respective team will place this file in the inbound path. So we will get a notification too from the MuleSoft team. Okay, so the
Okay.
notification will be in this way, saying that they have given us the item master extract, which is the three
Mm.
files. We'll be receiving three files, three
Okay.
CSV files for the item master. This will be notified in this way, and once this file has been placed in our inbound path. This is our inbound path. This I will share you
Okay.
later.
Okay.
And also this PPT I will share you so you can have an access on the WinSCP.
Okay.
Right now, I think you don't have access to anything, right?
Yeah. Right now I don't have.
Okay. Okay. So once you get the access, you will be able to, play around it.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So this is the three files you will be receiving. And once this star runs, right, you will also get a notification that a job is being completed through active batch, saying
Okay.
that the active batch job instance is completed in this way.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
Okay, so in this way. Okay, so this runs on morning 9:35. Once we get the file,
Okay.
this gets completed.
So these files will be extracted by other team, right?
No, this we are loading it into our raw table, into our tables.
Or it's raw data. Mm.
Yeah, this is the source file. The source file we receive it from another team, and that
Mm.
source file we are actually loading it into our raw table, and from there to ODS table. So we have like around four layers. Okay, so one is the raw, and one is ODS, and DSL, and ASL, and RPT. So totally five tables we have. So these the logics and all you'll able to be uh, like what do you say? You'll get this knowledge on the next week, I guess. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay,
but right now, we'll just concentrate on what are the jobs is going to run.
okay,
Okay, so this is the item source space. So this is the mail you'll get once it is then done, completed. And
okay.
once this is completed, at the same time, we also receive an ESTR.
Yes,
Okay, so
dear.
this is, yes, e-store. It is called as e-store.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so the inbound path for this e-store and item master is the same. If you can see the inbound path for the e-store and
Mm, yes,
the
yes.
item master is the same.
Yeah, yeah,
So you'll
same
be
here.
receiving four files in our e-store inbound path. Okay.
Mm,
So
okay,
in which what will happen is first the item master will start running. The item master
okay,
will run. It will take the necessary three files. We have the all kinds of check validations which will
okay,
extract three files, and it will start
okay.
executing it. Once it gets completed, we have set a dependency on the active batch.
Mm,
Okay, for this job is source feed. So we have kept a
mm,
dependency in a way that once the item master gets completed, immediately it has to run eStore.
mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
So
Got
this
it.
is also
Mm,
this job is also scheduled. Okay,
mm,
usually this job was scheduled at 3:30 p.m. afternoon. Okay,
okay,
now what we have done is we have set a dependency on item master. So we have stated that once the item master is completed and once the eStore file is received, immediately start running.
okay, okay.
So what happens is the eStore gets completed at 9:36, I guess. Okay, so 9:30 is what the eStore gets. Sorry, item master gets completed. Okay, 9:35 morning, and once it
Okay,
gets completed, the eStore will automatically start running, and
okay.
this will run for an half an hour, I guess. Yeah,
So we will get an alert of Easter as well, right?
yeah. By morning itself, you'll get the alert of eStore as well. So you'll be getting these two alerts.
Okay, okay, got it.
Before this, you will also have an admin box upload load. This you don't have to worry. This you can
Okay,
ignore it now. This you can ignore it. Okay.
okay,
Right now,
okay.
just focus on item master and e-store. Okay. So these
Okay.
two you'll be notified, and one more job is there that is also will get notified. That I'll go and move to the next slide. I'll explain you that. Okay. So we'll
Mm,
be receiving one file for the e-store.
okay, okay.
Okay, so the same way like the item master, we will also receive a notification stating that we have the eStore file. Can you see?
Mm, yes, yes. The
Yeah,
same path.
yeah, in the same path. Yes,
Yes, got it, got it. Next.
yeah, and
Mm,
the same notification you'll get once the job is completed.
okay.
Okay, and next we'll move to another daily PAU, which is Opal. Okay, this is just like a cross-reference file. Okay, so
Mm-hmm,
even
mm-hmm.
this you do not need to worry, like once this also gets triggered automatically once the file is being placed in the inbound path. Okay, the file what they'll give us one file. Okay,
Okay, okay,
yeah, so they'll give us one file and this will be placed in this path. Like, the inbound path is same, but the names
okay.
will define you. Okay, like
Yes,
Opal,
yes.
eStore.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this Opal is like just a cross-reference file which will run maximum like 1 minute or so like that. Okay, so just a quick
Okay.
run. So you
Okay.
you need not worry about this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and what happens is sometimes, you know, like Monday we have to receive a file, and what they will do is they will stop they won't transfer the Monday's file, and what happens is on Tuesday we'll get two files.
Mm.
We'll have a two files. So in that time what we have to do is take one
Mm.
file, keep it in our local, and load the first file first, and then take the
Mm.
second file, keep it in our path, inbound path, and then again load it. You cannot load simultaneously two files at a time. So the logic is not being set in that way, so that you can run two files at a time for
Okay.
this.
Okay. Okay.
So you
Okay.
can run only one file at a time. So if there is a two files running, it will throw up an error saying that the Opal box job has been failed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
this one you need not worry. The file once it comes, it will trigger automatically. It comes around at morning only, but sometimes it may delay. It may come at evening. It may come at night. Okay, so
Okay.
if the data is not been loaded on the first day, then the Tuesday we have to check on the inbound part whether if we have two files. If we do not have two files, we just have one file, it automatically get triggered. So you need not do anything. Only if you have an error, you are going to check for it. So even if you receive an error, you will be notified. Like the success mail you get, right? The same
Yes,
way
we
you
will
will
get
get a
alerts. Yeah.
failure
Yes.
mail.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is the daily BAU. These are the three jobs which run on daily basis. One is the item master, one is the
Mm.
e-store,
Okay.
and one is the Opal.
Okay. Okay. So eStore is we have a dependency of item master until unless that
Yes.
file is generated, eStore will be triggered.
Yes. Once the item master is completed, then the e-store will get triggered.
So okay. 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 Fine. Then Opal is different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is this
There
this.
is no dependency for Opal. It can run at any time. When the file comes, it will just run. It's just like a
Okay.
cross-reference file. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then this is the daily BAU. So we are done with the daily BAUs. These are the three jobs which will run on the daily basis. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And then we will move on to the viewpoint.
Okay.
Okay. So this job gets run on Tuesday to Friday. This is a morning job.
Okay.
Okay. So this will run early at the morning, Tuesday to Friday. This runs only on Tuesday to Friday. And
Mm.
if you see in the success mail, right, I have just put some rules so that, you know, so this gets completed on 9:28. See it, see it starts early at the morning.
Mm.
Okay, so it starts early
Okay.
at the morning and gets completed by 9:28. So once you
Okay.
log in, you can see that the active batch in that you can see that the viewpoint gets completed. Item master would have been completed. E-store would have been completed, and even admin SPD load. This you need not worry. This you can ignore, but still it would have been completed. So when you log in at 12 p.m., right? You log in at 12 p.m., right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So when you log in at 12 p.m., you can see that all three fours must be completed.
Mm.
Yeah. So if suppose the e-store is not completed, then means we have not received and file. So the e-store is just waiting.
Okay.
Item master has completed, but the e-store will be just waiting for the file to be received.
Okay. So how can we confirm that it is under waiting state? eStore.
See, yeah. So that is what I told you, right? The item master, we have set a dependency that once the item master gets completed, immediately the e-store has to start.
Mm, yes. Yes.
Yes, e-store has to start. So if e-store has to start in a way that the file has to be present in there. Only if the file is present in there, the e-store will start working.
Yes. That I
Yes.
got. Yeah. That I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So are you clear with it?
Uh, yeah, I'm clear with that. Until unless we get the item master file as input, it will be triggered. Then only it will be triggered. eStore will be triggered.
Yes,
So we will
yes,
be getting alert whether it has been completed or not. Okay. If it is
yes.
failed, also we will get the alerts. Okay.
Yeah, if it fails, we'll get an error failure message also. So
So these are
mostly we
all
move on. Yeah, tell me.
these are all belong to prod jobs, right?
Yeah, everything is whatever I'm explaining you right now is everything is production job.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, this has to be run daily basis. So all the jobs which I'm going to teach you is everything is production only. Nothing is in development or
Pre-prod.
like yeah,
Okay,
no.
okay,
We're only teaching you the production jobs. Okay.
okay.
So we have this viewpoint. This runs on Tuesday and Friday, and its box name is viewpoint SPB box UPDT EDH viewpoint SPD load. Okay, so this job is scheduled to be running early in the morning automatically. So we don't have any source file for this. Okay, so we
Okay.
directly hit a database table. So what this
Mm,
job does is it will directly hit a database table, and from the database table, it will load it into a raw table, and from there to ODS. That is another layer. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have any kind of inbound path for viewpoint since the source is directly from the database.
Mm,
And once this viewpoint gets completed, you will get a trend check mail, a DQ validation check mail. Okay. So I'll show you.
okay.
It would be better if put roll it out all the this kind of DQ validations. So like viewpoint today we'll receive. So we will be receiving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 emails. Okay, so this is kind of a DQ check which was being implemented at the starting when the application started. But right now it is not much significant. We don't have to worry about this. Even if there is any failure, right?
Mm,
It will the DQ check will failure, right? So you need not worry about it anything. Okay, you don't have to check any of this. But other
okay.
jobs do have these type of DQs. So
Okay.
other jobs we have to check. But for viewpoint right now you can just see whether see viewpoint you can just see viewpoint count stats. This file alone you
Mm,
can see. So what basically it does this. So what basically data it has is if you open this file, right, you will get to know what all the data has been inserted to the table. Can you see?
mm,
So
mm,
these are the ODS respective tables. So this the data have been loaded into this like 1, 1, 2, 15. Okay,
mm. Okay.
and you will be having the particular date also over here. So what are the new records being inserted? What has been
Mm,
updated? What has been inserted? So this is a date you'll be receiving like 7/7 because today it ran 8. Today our date is 8, but in EST time it will show us 7. Okay.
okay. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay.
So
Mhm.
this is the view. So just you don't have to worry, but just simply we can see whether it's loaded or not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this alone you have to check for the viewpoint.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have ADE. ADE is basically that Aspen. It is known as Aspen data entry. Okay. Aspen
Mm,
data entry. This source file, this has been given by Aspen UI team. So ours is Aspen ETL team, and we
okay.
have an Aspen UI front-end team. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they provide us a source file, which is Aspen data entry. This Aspen data source file is been actually given by the business to us directly.
Okay. Okay.
The data is been given to the data business gives the data to the front end, the Aspen UI front end, and from the Aspen UI front end, they will extract the data which is being given by the business, and they will provide us in an XML file. So they will
Mm,
be giving us daily one file. From if you see Tuesday in our inbound path, we can see that in Tuesday you will have one file.
mm,
So if you think that there is no file, if Tuesday you check, mostly Tuesday afternoon you will be receiving this afternoon or morning, I don't know, I'm not sure, but
okay.
you'll be receiving this file Tuesday if you check on the inbound path. So if you check on the inbound path, you will be having the this particular file. Okay.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
particular if we do not have this particular file, we can directly contact the Aspen UI team, the front end team. There are some people in the Aspen UI team like Bharat.
Okay.
Okay, like Bharat Janani, we have some particular UI team. So this you will later on know about them. And what happens is that we can ask them ask them that if there is any ADE file being generated, and they will check, and they'll respectively check if there is any ADE file. If there is no ADE file, then we are good to go. We can skip. We can skip for that day, particular day, Tuesday. If there is, if they tell us to wait and you'll generate it, then they will give us the file, and later we have to run it manually. This job, this ADE job will always be kept on hold. Okay.
Okay.
This we have to run it on our own. We have, the job will be on hold. What we have to do is actually we have to search the box AD. So this is the particular road. Today we received one file. Okay, so actually I ran it on afternoon once I logged in. We received one file and we ran it today. So if you can see the execution time here, it is 8/12/2020. Okay, so one file we received, and this has been done, completed. Okay,
Yes.
so what we have to do is we have to release it. So this I'll explain you later about the active batch. We have to release the job, then run it manually, and once the job gets completed, we'll once again receive a Aspen AD that the job is been completed. Okay.
Okay.
Once the job is been completed, we can put it back on hold. We have to put it back on hold.
Okay.
Okay, so for the ADE, we have DQs like viewpoint you had, right? Viewpoint you had only we had to see the count stats.
Yes.
For ADE, it is must to see all the things. Okay, so, all the things in the sense like you do receive seven mails for the ADE as well. In that you have to see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. You have to see the 5 emails. So the first ADE count stat is basically like the viewpoint. It will just show you what are the data has been given. Okay, inserted, updated, how many counts, everything. These details will be found in this count stats layer. Okay. So, and also why it is very much important to see this count stat email is that in this AD, particular AD, they have set a DQ check. Okay, so there is one particular table like ODS cust. Okay, so if there is a duplicate, there's a duplicate data, you will be notified here in the above column. There will be one cell up, and you will be notified that there is a duplicate for this ODS cust. Okay, so there'll be a duplicate. So if there is a duplicate, the next run, if you do, the next day file comes, and if you try to run, the ADE will definitely fail. So you have to see this count stats every time when the ADE is completed, so that if we come to know that there is a duplicate, and we can immediately remove one duplicate from the table.
Okay.
So that is the importance in this count stats for the ADE. Okay. Yeah. So the next is the succeeded DQ summary report. So they have kept, a lot of DQ validations for each of the data sets. Okay. So what happens is that they have some scenarios being set in the logic. This logics and all they'll explain you in the next week, I guess. Okay. So I'll just tell you overview of high level of what is what we have to do. Okay. So it has to definitely be succeeded, this AD report. Okay. If there is any failure, so let's take the ODS AD spend transaction author check, SK check is failure. You will get a comment over here. Okay, you will get a comment over here saying that there is an error, and there will be a particular query also been highlighted over there. This query we have to take it and run it in our SQL workbench. The SQL workbench. What it does is basically it will show you the location of the log. Okay. So what it does is it will show a log, and you can open that log in the WinSAP path, and you can see the query inside it. So if you query that thing, you'll get a particular data in which you can see the logic, like what is the error, if there is any duplicate, or what kind of column is missing. So in that way, so they have kept a particular checks. So if there is any failure, we have to check what is that issue, and we have to report it to the team, like saying that this is the particular issue, and we have what can be done to remediate it. Okay, so this way I have not seen until now like failed for ADE. So
Okay.
I think we can rest easy on this, but just I'm telling you on a high level.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. And then you have the automation mail trend. Okay, so this is the trend check validation for the raw tables.
Okay, raw
So
tables. Okay.
this, yeah. No, at earlier they had an issue it seems. Okay, so that
Okay.
is for that issue they had no idea of say what was the reason. So to avoid all those stuff, they set up this EDH this trend check for the raw table.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think you don't have to worry about it, because the raw table would increase or decrease the previous run and the current run. So you cannot do any kind of trend check over here. So you
Yes,
can
yes.
rest easy on this. Okay,
Okay.
and you can you don't need to see these two mails. Okay, raw AD missing expense count stats daily and raw missing AD expenses count stats. These two you can ignore it.
Okay.
And this one ADE missing expense count stat and this missing ADE list count stat. The name's a bit confusing, but once you work in it, you will get to it easily. Okay.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
missing count stacks, what it does is, if it's very clear if I open the Excel sheet. Okay. Okay, so what it does is it just shows you how many transactions are present in the ODS. I told you, right, the raw ODS layer, DSL layer.
Mhm.
So this will
Yes,
show
yes.
how many datas are present in the ODS spend transaction, how
Mhm.
many data is loaded in the spend fact table. So in present, how many error do we have an error table, ODS spend transaction error. So if there is any error in ADE table, the error data will be loaded into that particular ODS spend transaction error. This you can skip it. So,
Mhm.
so this will show how many data is been missing in the ODS spend transaction, and this will
Mhm.
show how many data is missing in the DSL spend fact. So what does this means? From ODS, we will move it to DSL.
Mhm.
Okay, from ODS we'll
Okay.
move to DSL. Whatever job you are seeing right now, like AE store, Concur, like E store, ADE, these types of
Yes.
jobs will only be standing in the ODS layer.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, prior to the midweek refresh, and also pre-weekend, it will be moving to the DSL layers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it will show you how many missing transactions are present. 9599 96
Mhm.
missing in the spend fact. So it's just a reconciliation kind of thing to check manually instead of querying it into our database table and checking whether how many are missing, how many are not missing, how many are into our
Mhm.
table. We have this DQ has been kept in this place so that we can directly open the Excel sheet and we can know what are the missing data, how many errors are in the table. All these kinds of things can be seen over here.
Okay.
Okay, so now if you see, we have 9599 missing ODS spend transaction,
Okay.
right? So 9599 are missing. So the next file, what it does is, so the next DQ check, what it does is, you will get, just a minute, let it open. So
Yeah.
you will get the same 9599 transactions. What are the transaction IDs are missing? You saw
Mhm.
there that 9599 are missing, but you don't know what are the things are missing. So for that,
Yes. Yes.
you will have all the IDs, the 9599 IDs. These are the IDs missing in our ODS table in today's file.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so what we have to do is, for a safer side, what we do is we sort it out. We sort it out from A to Z. Okay, and we keep
Okay.
align these numbers in the order like 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It gets aligned. And what we do is we
Yes.
just
Yes.
copy like first three or four numbers, four transactions, right?
Okay.
We copy them and we have this Aspen UI team. Okay, so
Okay.
this is one person from the Aspen UI team, Bharat. Okay, so today I actually asked him. So we got 2599 records missing, right? So I just ordered it, and just first 5 transactions I just took it, and I just asked him if they were pushed in today's part of file.
Okay. Okay.
So he told me that it was not been pushed today. So all these transactions we will be receiving it tomorrow. So it means that this 9599 transactions, right? We will receive it tomorrow. If you see the same transactions present even in tomorrow also, then we have to raise it to the Aspen UI team stating that we are still missing this transaction in today tomorrow's file also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
most probably you will get all these transactions, 9599 transactions tomorrow. So we got the confirmation also. So we have to not worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is basically ADE. And if you see ADE over here, right click and leave the map view, show you the map view. So this is the order it will run. Okay. So we have see I'll expand this also to you for better understand. So first what it does is ADE spend XML file standardization. So what it does, you can run multiple files in ADE. Okay, for only for Opal, I told you right, for only for Opal, you have to run one by one if there is a multiple file. But for other jobs, there is no need of worrying. You can run multiple files.
Okay.
Okay. It is totally up to us. You can run it on daily basis. Like if you receive one file today, you can run it today. If it is if suppose today I don't need to run. Okay, Wednesday I'll run, means Wednesday you'll have 2 files. Wednesday you have to run the 2 files.
Okay.
Okay, so in that way. So first what it does is ADE spend file standardization process is basically a script, a KSH
Okay.
script. So what the script does is it will take the 2 files,
Okay.
it will standardize it, combine it together, make it as an
Okay.
one file,
Okay.
and move it to the raw table. Okay.
Okay.
So before moving it, what it does is it will actually move from here to another source file path, source file inbound path. I'll share you that path also. Okay. From our inbound path, it will standardize the XML file. It will from there it will move it to the source file path. Okay. Another path in WinSCP.
Okay.
Okay. So that is this source file path. Okay, so actually we'll receive the ADE file in this inbound path. This is the inbound path. They will provide us the file. Here you will receive the file. Today I have processed, so there is no file you can see. Okay, what it does is it will standardize the file over here, and what it will do, it will move to this path, this ADE path.
Okay.
Source file path as a single file. It will move it here, and from here it will move to the raw layer.
Okay.
Okay. From raw, it will move to the dimension table and also to the facts. Okay.
Okay.
From facts. Okay. Two things, dimension and to the facts. And from there, what it will do is once it is been loaded into dimension and then into the facts, what it will do, it will clear the source file. So you will have the source file over here, single file, right? You'll have the single file over here, which is being processed to the raw table, and from there to the dimension, and from there to the facts, and you'll still have one file over here remaining. That is a single file which has been standardized and moved to the source file. So you'll be having one file over here. So this file will be cleared. So that is what has been done over here. See,
Okay.
it will clear that file. Once it clears that file, we have to DQ check.
Okay.
These two jobs will get triggered. These two jobs only will give you all these mails. These mails.
Missing AD expense list counts.
Yeah, or these two jobs. Once everything is done, once the source file is cleared, then these two DQ check job will run. That plan, the both two plans will run, and it will populate us all these 7 mails.
Okay.
So this is the order.
Okay.
So you can see this order in a way, right? You have to click the right click this box job, and you have this view over here,
Okay.
and click
View
on
menu.
map. Yeah, map. If you click on map, you will get this view. Okay. And there is another way, like if you want to know what is the script and what is the workflow, okay, what is the folder. If you want to see in that way, you have to expand this in the left instance. Okay, you have to expand this and click on this XML file standard. This is the first part it will run. Okay, so if you click on this plan, it will show you the path. Can you see it over here? So this is the spend XML file standardization. So this will do all this standardization. This is the script which combines 2 or 3 files together and moves to the source file path.
Okay. Okay.
So if you click on raw, next it loads on the raw. Okay, so if you click raw, okay, it didn't open it. I think it got opened. Where is it? I think it did not open. Okay. It's loading. So I clicked on raw. So it will give us the information of what is the workflow of the raw table. Can you see here? Informatica workflow
Yes.
EDH XML raw ADE, and it is
Oh,
being kept in the folder EDH raw in.
okay. Okay.
So in this way, you can know which workflow and which folder. Suppose if let's say if the data is been failed in the raw table, you will immediately receive a notification saying that the ADE has been failed. So once you know ADE has been failed, you'll come to the active batch, and then you will click the ADE load. This ADE particular load, you will expand it over here,
Okay.
and on the right instance you will expand. This will show all the stats of where it has been succeeded. So here it has been succeeded, and in the raw table, let's assume that in the raw table it's failed, so it will show us failed over there. So now you won't be able to know which is the workflow and which table, which folder it contains it. So for that
Yes.
purpose, we have to click on the left instance and double click on the left instance, and you will know which workflow it is. Okay, so
Yes.
which workflow it is, and you can directly go to the open the monitor, open the EDH raw in folder, go to this
Yes.
particular workflow, and you can see all the session which has been
Okay.
failed. So this is the way we use AccuBatch.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are you clear, or do you have any doubts?
No, no, this is clear.
Yeah. So this is about ADE.
Okay.
Okay. So we have the next is the Concur. Okay. So Concur is basically but the expense, whatever expense. So let's say for an example, I want to claim something in the company. Okay, so what we do is we go to the Concur portal. We go to the Concur portal and we create a report saying that I have spent this much, and I'll submit all these reports. So these reporting Concur expense data, right? Expense data is being received from SnapLogic team to us. There's a SnapLogic team which will provide us this Concur files. So this Concur file is been in 2 files. We received 2 files. Okay, so one is for the US specific US market alone.
Okay.
Okay, so that will come under the name as AZ Concur TDM.
Okay.
Okay, so that is XML file you will be receiving. This is if it is AZ Concur TDM, it means it's US file. Okay, separate US market. And for ROW means rest of the world.
Oh,
other than US market, you receive a separate file for that, which you can easily find out through this AZ Concur ROW.
mm,
So you will be receiving two files as part of Concur, which we will get from SnapLogic team.
okay.
Okay, so this job is also will also be kept on hold. We have to run it manually by releasing the job, and then we have to run the job. Once it gets complete, this job will run like around 1.5 hour or even 2 hours. Okay,
Okay.
it will even if there is an 8 file or even if there is 2 files, it will run for 1.5 hour or 2 hours maximum.
Yes, every
So
file will be
this,
having its sequence.
yeah. So what happens is, so what we have to do is once it gets completed, we have to hold the job again. Okay, it's really important to hold ADE Concur. Okay, this why means I'll explain you later why I'm telling you that we have to hold particular jobs. Okay, I'll explain you why we have
Parallel every
to.
time we are holding it.
Sorry, hello.
Yeah, yes. You can go ahead.
Yeah. So what means on Tuesday? So we'll be receiving files from Tuesday to Friday. So when you log in on Tuesday, when you check on Tuesday, you have to see that you have to see that you receive 8 files on Tuesday.
Okay.
8 files on Tuesday. That means
Mm,
it means that you have to receive a file on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, it will stop on Friday. Until Friday you'll receive, okay, and
Okay.
Saturday you'll receive one file. We'll not run Concur on weekends.
Okay.
So what happens is on Tuesday when you open the inbound path, so this we have to see everything. The source file will all be placed in the inbound path. So this is the inbound path. You have this Concur file CNCR. This is the inbound path of Concur. Okay, so if you open this, you should see these 8 files. Can you see it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to see
Okay.
8 files in it. So how we have to see is that right now if I refresh, these files will be disappeared because I have
Okay.
already ran it. The job is
Oh,
completed already.
okay.
So I'll not do anything. I'll just show you in this way. So if you can
Okay.
see 5 and 5, 2 files are received on 5th day. Can you see it?
Yes.
2 files have been received
Yes.
on 5th day. So that is on Saturday.
Mm, mm.
Okay,
Saturday.
so
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
so Saturday if you see means we have to check whether on Saturday we have received a rest of the world one file and also the US file. Can you get
Mm,
it? So AZ Concur ROW. So we have a row file.
yes. Okay. Yeah. Rest of the world and one,
And
two,
also,
three, four. Fifth one is the yes.
yeah, that is for US. So also you also
US.
need to check the date. Can you see the date over here? 2020 12 is the month, the day.
Mm, mm,
Okay, so we have ROW on the 5th day, rest of the world for 5th day, and also for the US file on the 5th day.
mm.
And we have to verify the same for the next as well. So if you can see, you have 6th 2020 1206 you have for US file,
Yes. As well as for rest of the
as for
world.
the ROW here you have.
And
And for
similarly, like
the,
for every date,
yeah,
7, 8.
so on Tuesday you need to see check whether if you have 8 files or not. So I'll just refresh it, it will vanish actually. Okay, and so
Yeah.
you need to check whether if you receive 8 files on Tuesday, because
Okay.
we received Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday's file together. So 8 files. If you see any discrepancy on the files, okay, if you see any discrepancy on the file, like if you have 7 files or if you have just 6 files, you have to note it down. What are those files, on which day it is missing, whether it is an US file or ROW file, you have to notify it. And what we do
Mm,
is basically we create an incident and we assign it to the SnapLogic team, this particular
okay.
team.
Okay.
Okay, we raise a ticket and we assign to the SnapLogic team, and they will check onto it. Like they will confirm us back saying that these 2 days, this one day we did not receive any transaction, so there is no file. Or they might say you have 7 files, you are missing one file. That is, let's take an example as US file. You're missing an US file. They will say that the US file, there is no transaction for US, so you have received only ROW file, so there is only 7 files. You are good to go. If suppose they are like no, two files have been missed, usually there'll be an error in their side, so they won't be able to transfer that file to us. Some files will get transferred, some won't get transferred though. So they will confirm us back saying that right now process whatever you have, and we will look into the issue and we'll provide that file later on, and you can process it on the next day.
Okay.
So they will
Even if
confirm us.
they don't have any data, even if it is the file is having empty, I mean,
Yeah.
if the transaction doesn't happen, so still we need to receive file, or blank files will
No,
be
no, no.
generated or not.
No, sometimes you might receive a 0 KB file. Okay. That's a good question. Sometimes you may receive a 0 KB file, but we have to make sure that you ask them. Because we have to be more cautious that we don't miss any kind of a Concur expense report, expense data. So we need to check with them saying that we have received it happens like once in a blue moon you receive a 0 KB file. Okay, so what we do is we go back to the SnapLogic team. We ask them that this particular file on this day for this US market we have received a 0 KB file. Is this right, or are we missing any kind of transactions? Sometimes
Okay.
they might say there is no transaction. We are looking into the issue. We don't know how it got created, how the 0 KB file got created. We'll make the fix. Or sometimes they will say that we do have data, but the data has been not transferred, so you have received a 0 KB file.
Okay.
So there is a technical issue on the SnapLogic team side. So we need to confirm. Mostly you won't if there is God means mostly you won't receive any file. If there is a 0 KB file, you have to check with the team.
Yes, we need to confirm with them. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
we need to confirm with the team. And this is for the Tuesday. So 8 files you receive on Tuesday. Okay.
Yes,
For the
yes.
rest of the day,
Yes.
for the rest of the day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you will receive only 2 files. Two
Only 2
files.
files. Oh.
Yeah. Do you get it?
Which,
Do you get it?
yeah, I got to, as of 8 files means for every day there will be generating for US and rest of the world. But
Yes.
for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what are those 2 files? Because for every
Same. That's what I'll
day,
explain.
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, see, until Friday, see the load is actually from Tuesday to Friday. We start running from Tuesday to Friday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is we receive transactions on Saturday also, Sunday
Okay.
also, Monday also, and Tuesday also. So
Okay.
we
So
run
4 days.
only these jobs, we run only these jobs till from Tuesday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We do not run on Sunday, Saturday, and Monday, but we receive file on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we cannot skip these, right? 3 files. So what happens is on Tuesday, they will provide us all these files like Saturday's file, Sunday's file, Monday's file, and Tuesday's file. So what happens is Concur basically has only 2 files, that is US and ROW. Two
Mm-hmm.
files, 2 files for Concur. That is
Mm-hmm.
US and ROW. Okay. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens is Saturday 2 file, that is 2, Sunday 2 file, that is 4, Monday 2 files, that is 6, and Tuesday's file 2, that is 8.
Yes,
If
yes.
you sum up, it is 8 files. So Tuesday alone, you will have 8 files to process because we are not
Yes, yes.
processing on these 3 days. Can you get it?
Yeah, they won't process Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They won't process.
Sorry.
So for rest of the days, only 2 files we are getting, right? That is for one is for US and one is for rest of the world. Am I right? Those are the 2 files that would be generated for rest of the days.
Yeah. We Tuesday you process all the 8 files. Okay. For the rest of the day, what happens is two files you'll receive. That is ROW and US for Wednesday. Thursday also ROW and US 2 files. Friday also ROW and US 2 files. That's all. You'll be processing till Friday only.
Got it, got it. So
Okay.
each day will be receiving 2 files.
Two
Okay.
files. Rest of the day you'll be receiving 2 files. Only on Tuesday, since we are skipping Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Yes,
we'll
yes,
be
yes.
receiving eight
Got it, got
files. So, are you clear
it.
with
Okay.
it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so I just took a screenshot of the today's run, and but I actually showed you over here itself.
Okay.
So okay, so for this also the same way. Sorry, for this also the same way. The box job name is you will be having Conquer SPD.
Conquer SPD load. Okay.
Okay, so today actually I ran it at afternoon around 5 o'clock, I guess. Okay, so you can
Okay.
see the succeeded mail over here. You can see that
Mm,
config has ran. See, it has
mm.
around 2 hours, like two, not 2 hours exactly.
140. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Approximately 2 hours we can consider.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you can see that it has run. So it will run for 2 hours. So the same way we have some we have the rules like how it should move. I showed you right the mapping rules.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sure. Yes.
The
Yes.
same way, what it will do is it will first standardize the 8 files,
Mm. Okay.
move from our inbound path to the source path,
Okay.
move inbound to the source path. From the name itself we can identify like what
Yes.
it's
Yes.
doing,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and from
Okay.
here it will move to the raw.
Raw data. Okay.
The raw will get completed, then move to the dims and
Mm.
fact.
Okay. Dimensions and facts. Okay. Okay.
It will
Okay.
load, and then what happens is rest everything is a script. The DQ check.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Oh.
what it will do, it will check for the total participant. There is one logic, it will do the DQ check and give us an email. Then what it does is we have one source file, right? All 8 files combined together as one file. That source file
Mm.
will get cleared, and then other DQ we have two scripts. These two scripts will run. So once these
Okay.
two scripts everything is get completed,
Mm.
you will be notified over here. In this way you will get 5 emails.
Mm.
Okay, so it will tell us the first, the total participant. You saw here, right? The total participant script, this script.
Yes. Yes.
This script, what it will trigger the mail saying that there are no concur expense IDs with null total participants observed. Okay, this is
Mm.
one particular logic. So what it basically means that for a particular expense there will be there should be a participant, right? For a particular
Mm.
expense. See, I'm conducting a meeting. For example, let's take, I'm conducting a meeting. For that
Mm.
meeting I have invited 10 people.
Mm.
Invited 10 people, and the cost for the 10 people is this much. So
Mm.
without the participants I cannot just give the expense ID.
Mm.
Without participant there can't be an expense,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
so we have to tell this particular table contained one expense ID. This particular table had 10 members. Next table meeting had 10 members. So that way, kind of
Okay.
an example, just an overview of telling you like what basically this mail means.
Okay.
Okay, and then you have the Conquer count stats. This is basic, like the same how you saw on the AD count stats,
And
viewpoint
we.
count stats.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Okay.
It will show you
Okay.
on today's date what are the records present in all these tables,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
Okay, and so this is the count stat, and for this succeeded. Okay, um this, even for this Conquer, you have to check whether if it is succeeded or failed. If suppose there
Mm.
is a failed message, you will get a comment stating that this particular query, you will receive a comment over here
Mm.
in this column stating that this scenario has failed. This
Mm.
will move to 1 over here, and this will be 0, and this scenario has been failed, and you'll get a failed success mail, and this
Mm.
failed success mail stating that there will be a query.
Okay.
Okay, let me check if there is just a minute. I'll check if there is any failure.
Okay.
It comes at times in
Uh, Here on current mailbox, select all. That would be better. It will filter out.
Yeah, mostly we won't have, but still let
Okay.
me. Shit. Okay, you can see we have a failure over here. Okay, for the Concur. Can you
Mm.
see there's a failure mail? So in this
Mm.
way, you will receive a failure mail
Mm.
for Concur. Okay, so
Okay.
it will show that please check the respective validation type section for details.
Mm.
Okay, so what you have to do is if you come below, if you come down, you will
Mm.
see the
Comment
yeah,
file
see
location.
the
Okay.
command. Okay,
Mm.
so we have to select this query.
Okay.
Okay, you have to select this, copy this, and paste it in the SQL workbench. These access you will receive it. You will receive it now. I mean, just a minute. Uh, yep, I'll execute this. So if you execute this right,
Okay.
this query which I copied,
Okay.
so you will get a path. You will get this particular path.
Mm.
Okay, this particular path. What you have to do is you have to copy this path and go to our WinSCP, paste
Mm.
this one up there, open it, and check what is the file name. ODS Conquer SPD transaction error. ODS
Mm.
Conquer SPD transaction error. So this is the file.
Mm.
Okay,
Error
so if you
file.
click on this, you'll have a query over here.
Mm.
So what you have to do is take this particular sender query, right? So you have to take
Mm.
this one alone and
So,
copy this and paste it over here. And if you execute this, okay,
you get the count of that.
yeah, exactly. Let's see if we have anything. Okay, so right now we don't have anything. Okay, because we have selected the max update date. Okay, so if you can check
Mm.
here, today it
Mm.
was a success.
So today that would select max update. Okay.
Yeah, so it will take the max update date. So since
Mm.
it's a
Got
max update date, you don't receive any data. So
it. Mm.
if there is a failure, then you will have some around like how many? It can be like 50 records or 100 records. Okay, mostly I have
Mm.
seen it in a way that it comes for the Japan market JPY, and it will also have a
Okay.
comment. It will have the record and also the comment saying that this indication error is missing, this column is missing, that column is missing. So what we have to do is we have to backtrack in the Informatica in our mappings to check what is an issue.
Okay.
Okay, so mostly there was three errors which I don't remember right now. So sorry for that. I'll check it later and I'll let you know. Okay,
Okay.
and three errors which we ignore it.
Mm.
As far as now, I have seen this only once in Conquer fail. I have seen only once, and when we saw in the mapping, we saw that in Japan market we have these rejections, and for the
Okay.
rejection we have three comments saying stating that this is the issue. So this was not been also highlighted by the business saying that we definitely need these 50 records. Send us the records.
Mm.
If there
Mm.
is any dependency, right? So they would have raised an issue saying that why is this record missing?
Mm. Yeah. So it was not under higher prioritization.
Yeah, so it was not under higher priority, and also the logic is set in such a way that we don't need to worry about it. So those
Mm.
three headings I don't remember right now, but I think I have noted it down. I'll
Okay.
later check it and share it to you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all about Concur,
Okay.
and then we move on to SOAR. So SOAR, SOAR file. So this we run only on Friday. You will receive this file on Friday morning. When morning, if you'll receive this file on morning, that's the same inbound path. You will have a SOA file over here. Okay, you will be having a zip file over here. So it will look like this. Basically, it will look like this. There'll be one zip file which will be present here. Where is this SOA?
So,
Yeah, it will be present over here. Okay, so since it is Tuesday today, we don't have any file, but on Friday I'll show you. I'll connect and I'll show you like around at 2 o'clock. I'll show you all the files where it is present. Okay, so it will be present over. It will be a zip file. Okay, so even this we have to manually load it.
Okay.
It will be kept on hold. We have to release it. We have to run it and then put it back on hold.
Okay.
So we receive one zip file for it. And we don't have any kind of DQ mail for it. We'll just receive a SOAR count stat mail like other mails. Okay. So I'll just show you SOAR. Where is it? Yeah. So this is so see if you can see the last run was on 4th.
Yeah,
So the 4th is Friday. So it will run the previous run was on 27th. So you can see so it runs only on Friday. We have to run it only on Friday. Okay.
So weekly. Okay.
Yeah, weekly on only on Friday will be running.
Okay.
Okay. So this is for SOA.
Okay, got it.
Just yeah, can you see this mail you'll get? This is the SOA count stat mail. Basically, it will have the same thing. So how many tables? What are the tables you got inserted? Basically, that data is present. So last run was on 4th, that is on Friday. So you have the date on Friday. How many records? What are the tables? The raw table, ODS, all these tables. So all these details will be present over here in this Excel sheet. Okay. And SOA is done. So this is with SOA. And then we have the correction file, COR. This correction file is basically nothing but this will also be provided by the business. ADE means Aspen data entry. This will also be provided by the business. COR correction is provided by the business as well. So what they do is basically correction. The name itself will defines that you'll be just giving the correction file. The business will give us the correction file saying that this amount is wrong. This is the amount it should be present. This is the data should be present for this particular ID. So they'll be giving the correction file once again to the Aspen UI team, to the front end.
Okay.
So they will upload that file into their system. And what we have to do is they won't give us a daily. Okay, they won't give us daily. So say they won't give us daily. So what happens is I'll come to the midweek part. When I come to the midweek part, I'll tell you. Okay. So what happens is basically COR file. Just keep in mind that COR file we will receive compulsory on Saturday, weekend, only for the weekend refresh. Okay, and also we receive on Wednesday, which is on midweek refresh. That is when the business themselves tell us that we need a midweek refresh. At that time, we have to ask an ad hoc file from the Aspen UI team stating that if there is any corrections provided by the business, please generate that XML file because we need to do our midweek refresh. So what they will do is on Wednesday, we'll be asking them the COR file and they will immediately create this a file. Okay.
Okay.
Create one file. You'll be receiving in one file. You will receive one file which we have to trigger it. So that is also been triggered manually. We have to do. Yes, do you get it?
Yeah.
So for
So only
this
on Wednesday they would be giving us that particular file to be corrected, right? Only on Wednesday.
No. I'm telling you. See, Saturday definitely you will receive for weekend. Okay.
Okay,
For
weekend we will receive.
Saturday, yes. For Saturday weekend, definitely you will receive your correction file. If there is correction,
Oh,
definitely you will receive Saturday correction file. Okay.
okay,
If there
okay,
is no correction, then they will inform us that there is no correction. You can proceed with the next load. You can
okay,
skip this load.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
And
So,
for Wednesday, the Wednesday it
mm,
comes as a midweek refresh.
mm,
Okay, so for Wednesday, what it happens, right? The business will request us for a midweek. They'll be asking us Wednesday. We need a refresh. This refresh
mm,
should be implemented in our reporting table. So
mm, mm,
basically, what
mm,
we do is we run daily jobs. Okay, like Concur, everything
mm.
we run.
Yes,
But
yes.
whatever we run, it is only stopped in the ODS layer.
What is
Okay.
okay? Mm,
Okay. From ODS to reporting layer, this midweek refresh will do it.
mm-hmm,
Can you get it?
mm, got
So
it.
for us, yeah. So let's say for an example,
Got it. Got
we have AD file missing transactions like 3 or 4 missing transactions, which
it.
has been loaded on Tuesday.
Mm,
Okay, and the business is in a critical way that asking that a market this particular ADA transaction has to be received on Wednesday. So we definitely need a midweek refresh. So at
mm.
that time, they will say that we need a midweek refresh. Kindly process it. So at that
So
time,
they
we
may,
have some.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So at
they
that
may
time,
ask any of the as per their requirement for the correction.
yeah, you can take it as for correction as well or AD. It depends on the totally depends on the business. We'll have an ops meeting on 6:30 p.m. evening. Okay.
Evening.
So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So we finished that call. So at the time they will let us know that if they need a midweek refresh or not. If they
Oh,
don't need means we don't have to do a midweek refresh. We are free.
mm,
If
mm.
they say if they say we have to go for a midweek refresh, then we have to do a particular
Yeah,
process, particular
they will
jobs we have
inform
to,
us. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
particular
Okay.
jobs we have to run for midweek refresh.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is so you can make it as Wednesday one correction, Saturday on correction. If there is midweek, you have to ask the Aspen team for correction file. In
Mm,
Saturday also they'll provide us the correction file if the file is present.
okay.
Okay, if suppose in Wednesday midweek refresh we ask for the correction, if business says that there is a midweek refresh and they are asking for a correction file, right? When we ask for the
Mm,
correction file to Aspen UI team, they will say there is no correction being submitted by the business, so you can skip this job and you can run other jobs. Okay,
yes. Yes. Yes.
so we are free to go
Okay.
with
Okay.
the
Okay.
process. So this is the main kind of jobs we'll be running. Okay, so we have finished the daily BAU and also some jobs like AD, Concur, and
Mm,
SOAR, correction. Okay, so
mm.
right now I'll quickly move to the midweek refresh. Say, unfortunately today they told us that they don't need any midweek refresh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, suppose let us keep in mind that they require a midweek refresh. So in that scenario, what we have to do? Okay,
Mm,
so in that scenario, what we have to do is we have a list for midweek refresh. What all we have to run for the midweek refresh alone. Okay,
okay. Okay.
so what we do is we have to run AD, we have to run correction, we have to run Concur, and there's
Mm,
one new job ROWHCM refresh.
mm,
Okay, so this is the
mm,
rest of the world data.
mm,
Okay, so this
mm.
ROW HCM refresh, you will get it from IRDH team.
Okay.
Okay, there's a team, particular IRDH team. They
Mm,
will get the data from the Reltio team. They'll get from the Reltio team, and from the Reltio team, they will extract that and load it into their IRDH application. And
mm,
from there, what we do is we hit their view tables.
mm. Okay.
So the source for Aspen is IRDH
Okay.
IRDHV table.
Okay.
Okay. Can you is there any confusion?
No, no. You
Okay.
can go. Yeah.
Yeah, so what they will do, so what they will say is on Tuesday 6:30 they will tell us that we need a midweek refresh. Sorry, okay, midweek
Mm,
refresh. We need a
mm,
midweek refresh. So what they will do, what we have to do is we have to inform the IRDH team.
mm,
There are particular members in the IRDH team. We have to contact them through Teams, stating that we need a row HCM refresh. And what they will do is they'll immediately process that table, they immediately process, and they'll confirm us through an email.
okay.
Okay. So stating the email will look in this way, saying that the row CM publish has been completed for this particular date.
Mm,
Okay, so they'll say row CM publish has been completed. There are no manual updates and duplicates.
okay.
Okay, so they will confirm us by an email. So once they confirm us by an email, we can immediately start this row HCM refresh.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
so the
Okay.
box path for the row HCM is this one right now. Don't get confused. Okay, so this is the row CM masters. This is the box path.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to go to the active batch. Once we get the confirmation, we have to immediately start running this, because this will run like around 5 to 6 hours. So if first example say that they send us an email at 7:30,
Mm,
and we trigger it at 7:35. This will
mm,
run till midnight.
mm, okay.
Even after our shift gets over, it will be running.
Mm,
Okay, so what we have to do is this ROW will have 3 box paths. Okay,
mm, mm,
what the first one is the raw layer, from the raw
mm,
to DSL, from DSL to ASL.
mm,
This will move directly. Okay,
mm, okay.
so you just have to trigger this row CM masters. If you
Mm,
trigger this row stream masters, automatically it will trigger others. First, it will get completed. You'll get a notification saying that the row CM master is completed, and then it will
mm,
automatically trigger the DSL layer. It will be in
mm,
progress. Once it gets
mm,
completed, you will once again receive the stat saying that the DSL is completed. And
mm,
once this is completed, you'll go with the ROW. It will go automatically. It will go. And the
okay.
next day when you log in, you just need to check whether this is completed or not.
Mm,
Do you get it?
okay. Okay.
Okay, so whether this is completed or not. So what you're doing, this has to be done on midweek. Okay, this has to be done
Mm,
on midweek.
okay.
So what we do is Tuesday itself, immediately we get the file and we run it, because it's a long run. We run it immediately, and it will get completed in the midweek midnight, and next day morning we can see whether it is completed or not, and we can update the
Mm,
status over here saying that
mm,
this has been completed. We have to we have some shift handovers. Okay, like once our time gets over 11 p.m. So our shift is like 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, so
mm,
once it gets completed, we hand over the shift to Mexico, the team which is in
okay.
Goa.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have to do is we'll share the status mail saying that this is in progress. This is
Mm,
in progress, and telling that the ASL layer is running. Suppose
mm,
ASL is in progress. The comment section will tell that ASL is in progress. Why ASL in
mm,
progress? Because if you see here, we can through this itself we can tell them. See, through this we
okay.
can tell. If suppose this DSL is running, we can say DSL in progress. If
Mm,
ASL is running, we can just say ASL in progress. So what
mm,
what happens is that once the Mexico team, Goa team connects, right, they will
mm,
monitor it, and once it is completed, they will send us an email back. They'll send us the
okay.
status email back saying that this particular job is has run successfully.
Mm, mm.
So let me show you that also. Can you see here? So see, I've sent this mail to this guy called Olio, stating that the row HCM is in progress, and this comments is that stating that ASL is in progress for Tuesday. Okay, and the next day, if you see, means he would have replied us back saying that this has been completed. He'll update it and he'll tell us this has been completed.
So since yeah, it takes a lot of time, right? Okay.
Yeah. So for midweek, if they say yes, then we have to ask the IRDH team, respective IRDH team, for the refresh. And once they confirm us, we have to run it on Tuesday itself.
Okay.
Okay. And for the ADE we will receive today also we'll receive one file, and tomorrow also we'll receive one file. Okay. So today, Tuesday also you receive one file, tomorrow also you'll receive one file. So what I'll do is basically I'll not run ADE today. I'll run AD tomorrow, Wednesday. Has two files together. Do you get it? It's my wish. I can run today also. If I want, I can run today also one file, tomorrow also one file.
So
but what I will do is, everything is in my hands. But what end of the day is that on if they say midweek, then we have to process all the files, whatever we have in our hands.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is on Monday, Tuesday, I'll receive one file. What I'll do, I'll run it on what do you say? I'll run it on Wednesday. Like after 6:30, I'll run on Wednesday. Say Wednesday I'll run. First job I'll run this, because this will gets completed in 1 hour, I guess. 1 hour, sometimes even more. More like maximum it will take 70 minutes, I think. Okay. So the ADE will run ADE and this correction. Okay, these jobs will run for like 1 hour only. Only this Concur will go more than 2 hours, or also like exactly 2 hours. Okay, so what we will do is, first we have to run HCM. HCM will be completed on when you come on Wednesday. HCM will be completed. So we have to go to AD. So what I'll do, I'll go on Wednesday. I'll open the inbound path. Okay, I'll go open the inbound path. I'll check ADE if there is file present. If there is a file present, because for ADE we receive daily one file. Okay. So what happens is, I'll check on Wednesday if there is a file, then there'll be two file with me. If I don't process on Tuesday, there'll be two file with me on Wednesday. If there is no file on Wednesday, if I have only one file on Tuesday, one file on Wednesday, then I'll again go to the Aspen UA team asking that I have to receive two files, but I can see only one file. Can you let me know if there is any transaction, or you can process and let us know. Okay. And also meanwhile, we can also tell them that we have midweek refresh today and we want the correction file also to them on the same time. Anyhow, we have to contact them. Suppose if the AD, we don't have any issues with the AD, we can you can directly start the AD. You can start the AD and that will run for 60 minutes. By that time, you can also ping to the Aspen UI team asking them for the correction file. So what we have to do is, once the AD gets completed, we will run correction. Okay. So correction will get so AD will get completed, then the correction will get completed. You will get all the DQ mails. We have to check all the DQ mails also. What are the failures? If there is any failure, we have to check if there is any failure. So all these things, you will get it over here. Okay. And one more thing is that for correction, right? See over for correction, you will get a report. Okay, you saw, right? It will get succeeded. See, I'll show you. For correction, you saw, right? It will for correction, you will have you will have this same kind of report. Okay, like Concur, you saw succeeded. I showed you an example of failure, right? So the same way for this also, you will get an mail. It will state that it is failed. You have to check in which area it is failed. So it will mostly be on total participants count while check. Total participants count while check. So you can ignore this. If there is a failure on total participant, you can totally ignore it and you can just be cool. If there is any failure other than total participant, only then we have to check what is the issue. Okay. for even for the COR, I actually didn't tell you the DQ check for COR, right? So sorry about it. Even for the COR, we receive actually mails, okay? DQ mails, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 mails you will receive for COR. So the first one will be count stats. COR count stat basically will have what are the tables, how many data has been loaded. Okay. Okay. And the next one is this failure. And you can ignore this failure if there is in total participants. Okay. And next is the trend check mail. This also you can totally ignore because this is a raw table. You don't need to worry about it. Okay. And next is the raw COR. This you can ignore. And raw missing. This also you can ignore. This basically is similar like to the ADE. Okay. And you will receive COR missing count stats. COR missing count stats. So the missing ones we have to see. So if you open it, this is old COR file. If you open it, you will see all the details. So you can see that 34 records have been sent to the error table. So basically error table in the sense we have kept a filter condition stating that if these type of records come, we don't need into our ODS table. You can directly move it to the error table. Okay. And it will show how many missing in the ODS spend transaction. There is no missing. All the records were loaded into our table. Can you see it? All the tables were loaded into, so there is no missing. Only 34 records were in filter and thrown into the error table. Okay. And the next what it will do, the next file, next DQ check, what it will do, it will show what are the missing transactions. You will see here. Can you see it? So it will state that it is error. So if this is an error, you can totally avoid it. You can totally leave it as it is, You don't have to do anything. Suppose if there is like this, if this is in this way, ODS, then it means that we are missing this transaction. So we have to ask the Aspen UI team stating that we're missing this transaction. What is the issue? If or it will be pushed in the next part of the file. Okay. So this is how COR. So this is all about the jobs and for the midweek, right? I completed this ADE correction and Concur. This allow. Okay, so this is over. After this is completed, we have to contact our team in the catch up. So they will soon add you in everything. We have to catch up. We have to ask them stating that I'm going to start the midweek refresh. From here only all the things get started. These things are just the ODS tables. Okay, from here only it will go to DSL. Okay, DSL table, from here DSL to ASL and everything. So what we have to do is once all these 4 is completed, we'll ask our team. Stating that I've completed these 4 jobs and I'm ready to start the midweek refresh. Is there any manual updates you're doing so that I can wait? Okay, so suppose say that they have doing some manual update on AD, or suppose they are doing some manual update on Concur or correction. Okay, so at that time we cannot run this midweek refresh layer, this DSL layer, because once the update is completed, we have to give the updated data to the team, to the business. So we have to wait. We have to get the confirmation from the team. So once they confirm that there is no manual update, you can proceed with the midweek refresh. Then we can trigger this. If you trigger this, this will automatically start running. Automatically, this will start running. This will get completed. This will automatically get triggered. This alone we have to run manually. Manual run.
Okay, first one. Okay.
Okay, so this is manual run, and next will get triggered automatically based on the dependency set in the active batch. So this will run, and by the time it starts itself, you will be logging off. So next day at the morning only, next day when we log in only, we'll come to know what all the job has been completed. So what we will do is basically we'll hand over the once again we'll hand over the shift details on Wednesday, stating that these things are completed. This is in progress to the Julio, that guy from the Goa team. And what he will do is next day he will send. Sometimes he sends an email, sometimes he won't. So
Oh,
in that case scenario, right? Sometimes he would do, sometimes he won't. He will just forget it, or I don't know what what he does. So at that time, what we have to do, we have to manually check and we have to see all this, everything is completed or not.
oh, okay.
We have to manually check completed. Once it has been completed, then we have some templates for the midweek refresh, which we have to send to the business team, stating that with this midweek refresh has been completed, these many data has been manually updated. So some particular snapshots things are there which we have to send. That is on template mail. That I will tell you tomorrow, like what are the. I thought today there will be a midweek refresh, so it will be very easy for you to grasp it. But unfortunately, business told there is no midweek refresh today.
Okay.
So this is what is for midweek.
Okay.
Okay. So what is that is for row HCM, right? Row HCM. Once you run row HCM, okay. Once you run row HCM, you will receive uh, one email. Okay.
Okay.
One, just a second. This one and okay, this one. So you will receive two emails. Okay. So the first email is that this one. You will receive this email. Okay. So in this, it will show what are the tables.
Okay.
It will show us the raw and DSL layer from raw to the DSL. Can you get it? So if you see here means the row table, this is a table name, row address D. So row address D for the current run for the DSL rail is these many records. It has to match with the raw layer.
Okay.
Okay. So if you can see for this table, DSL raw layer matches. This table DSL
Yes,
and raw
yes.
layer matches. For some tables there will only be DSL layer, so this you can ignore. And for some other, again the table will be there. It should match. It should match like this. For some tables only there will be a raw layer or only just a DSL layer. So it should match like this. Can you get it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, for some customer details, right? You will be missing like a small amount of data. So if you can see here in the current week we have 3052. Okay, in the previous week we have 3501. There's
Yes,
an
one is
increase.
missed.
Increase. There's an increase.
Oh, yeah, there is an increase. Yeah,
Increase.
than
So that
previous week.
that can
Okay.
happen. That can happen.
Okay.
So this can happen. Okay, so you can see all is matched.
So,
So only thing we have to check in this very carefully is that the concern duplicates. So we have this a layer called concern duplicate layer. Okay.
okay.
So the only thing we have to check is this one. We have to check if there is any concern duplicates present in this layer. Okay. So how do we check that? Is that you will get a mail. So come on, man, what is wrong with this? You will also get this failure mail. Okay, row DSL daily report. Okay, so in this you can ignore. In this you can ignore these two, this one, the fourth one, and the fifth one. This scenario, and this scenario. 2, 4, and 5.
Okay.
You get it? You will ignore this scenario. Here it is failed actually. Can you see? Here it is
Yeah,
failed.
it's failed
Failed.
actually.
So you can ignore this 2. second one, and
Mhm.
then last two also failed.
Mhm.
You can ignore this, but 1 and 3 you have definitely need to check. 1 and 3.
Consent loops. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
so what happens is here it is passed, so we don't need to worry. The third one is passed, so we don't need to
Mhm.
worry, and the first one is
Mhm.
failed. So this is that consent duplicate.
Mhm.
Okay, so where it is failed, we have to check. So this is the dupes. Here it is. Where is that?
Yes.
Yeah, here.
First is last one. Consent loops validation. Okay. Consent.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this one, what you have to do is you have to take this query. Okay, commons, you have this query, you have to run it over here. Okay, you have to reconnect once again. No, come on. You have to run it over here. You run it over here and you will get this
Mhm.
path.
Mhm.
Same like Concurs. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
you'll get this path. This path you have to navigate to this path ROW. Okay, so ROW, what is that file name? Row cust ideal ATRDT 1308. Okay, is 089. Okay, so this is that file. If you
Mhm.
open this file, right, you'll have this. So
Okay.
basically, it takes some values and it checks if there is a count greater than 1.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have to put it over here. Okay, if you click it, you will get it 16 records as duplicate.
Mhm.
That is what you are seeing here also. Where is it? Here. Okay.
Mhm.
See, when I first joined with the team, there are only 6 duplicates. Now it is been moved to 16.
Okay.
Okay, so now it has been in 16. So we have checked. What we have to do is once we receive something new other than this
Mhm.
16, what we
Mhm.
do is basically we provide that detail to the IRDH team. The team
Mhm.
which has done the ROW refresh, they send us the confirmation, right? Saying that the refresh is completed. You can start your refresh, ROW
Yes.
refresh.
Yes.
We
Mhm.
have to give this record to the team, asking that if this scenario is valid, whether we should have this duplicate record or not.
Mhm.
Okay, so what they will do is they will check with the with their team, and they will send us back saying that this is an valid scenario.
Okay.
We have checked with the Reltio team who has provided us a file. They are stating that this is a valid scenario and you can have this. You can have this. If there is an issue, then we have to contact our team and they'll give some solution on what we have to do.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the ROW. So ROW will also give us trend check validations. Okay, and we'll also
Mhm.
have the failure. So we have to monitor this concern duplicates carefully. So right now we have 16. If there is an increase, then we have to check. Since
Mhm.
right now there's no increase in the duplicates, we are just left it as cool. Like it's been like 1 month. I have not seen any duplicates. Maybe we can encounter it later. Okay. So this is with midweek.
So
So
what happens when it varied from 6 to 16 as the number has been increased? Will have an impact on still that number would have been moving further? It may decrease or increase. So will have an impact on us, or we need to consult before?
no, right, there is no impact for this 16 duplicates, right? We
Mhm.
don't have any kind of an impact. So we have just left it that way. Okay. So in future, suppose if there is an any impact, but we should always, if there is any duplicate, we should always go to the IRDH team, check with them, and they will check with the Reltio team, and they will get back to us saying that everything is fine. If that is fine, we have to still inform our team saying that we have received this particular thing as a duplicate, and they are stating that this is valid scenario. So are we good? So
Yes.
if suppose they say that they have some particular, we have some particular logic, okay? So we have some experts in our team who are, without saying any kind of workflows, they directly tell you the logic. So we can ask the catch, we can ask our team in the catch up, and they will let us know
Okay.
if we have to do anything, if this is going to be impacting in our business side, they will tell
Mm.
us.
Yeah.
So this is one way. This is the way this is the way we actually follow.
Okay.
So that is all with midweek. So I think this is too much overloaded to you. So we will pass it over
So,
here,
okay.
and
Yeah.
you will be getting this recorded session as well. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
You will have this recording session. So anytime if you get confused, you can see the recording, or if you don't want to see the recording and you want to ask me, so you can directly ping to me, and I'll let you know what it is as
Yeah.
per.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so
Mm.
this is all with today's session, and tomorrow I'll do the pre-weekend,
Okay.
the runs on Fridays, what we do on
Okay.
Friday. So these have some particular set of jobs which we need to run. Okay, so
Mm.
that we will do on Fridays. And also one more thing I forgot to tell you is that I told you, right, like why we hold it.
Yeah. We were.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you why we hold it. So thank God, just I remembered. Okay. So what happens is that, see, for Viewpoint, ADE, Concur, SOAR, ESTR, C2P, C event. Okay.
Mm.
All these red marked layers, right? They depend on
Okay.
same ODS table.
Mm-hmm.
We load all these for the ADE source data, Concur source
Mm.
data, SOAR source
Mm.
data, eStore source data. We have some CTP and even this we will see on the weekend. So I mean the pre-weekend. I'll let you know. Right now,
Okay.
just have an idea that these red marks area are using the same ODS table. So
Mm-hmm.
what is that? What is that? We cannot run two jobs at parallel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can you get
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we cannot run two jobs at parallel because the ODS table is common for all these jobs. These all red mark jobs, right? All these jobs
Mm.
have the common
They share
ODS
a
table.
common table. They
Yes,
share all the. They share a common table.
yes.
So. So
So
every
yeah,
yeah, until unless AD is completed, then after that it would like this depends on that flow of
completion.
the completion of the job. Then it would be moved that then it would be again reloaded that particular metadata to Concur and SOAR, ESTR, etc.,
Yes.
until CA.
No, I'll tell you. See, these all are manual jobs. Okay. Only
Yeah.
this Viewpoint, Opal, ESTR, this and item master. These are the jobs which you need not worry about. Okay, this will all be completed at morning itself.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, item master,
And
e-store,
open.
Opal, and
Mm.
Viewpoint.
Okay.
Okay, okay, these four will be completed morning itself. So when you log in itself, you can see that these four would have been completed. Next,
Okay.
what we have to do is we have to run ADE. We'll run AD. It's totally on your hands to run in whatever order you want. But what we do is generally I prefer to run AD first because it runs quickly. If you go for the Conquer, right? If you go for Conquer, it will take around 2.5 hours. So what we do is whatever the quickest job is there, we just run them first.
Okay.
So what we do is we have to run everything one by one only, not in parallel run. So if you start AD and next you cannot start this OR at parallelly at the same time.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so once the AD gets completed, we have to check in our active batch whether the ADV is completed. Once it is completed, and then only we can move to the SOAR. We have to put this thing on hold, and then we move on to the SOAR. we'll release the SOAR, we'll run it. And again, when it gets completed, we hold this job and then run Conquer. Do you
Okay.
get it? So because this AD, SOAR, Conquer, all these things, right? Sometimes it is actually scheduled, but we are kept everything on hold. Okay, so what happens is sometimes when we run Conquer first, when I'm running the Conquer first, and I don't keep the job on hold, and this job is already scheduled at some time, and the file is already present, the AD file is already present, and what happens is that it will parallelly run with the Conquer. So what happens is the ODS table is already loading the Conquer data. With this I'm running the AD data. So these both will give us a critical issue. There'll be a data issue. So we have to be very careful that we run each job first we have to run one job, and then after it gets completed, we'll go to the next job.
Okay. So
Okay.
how can we make sure which priority we need to take up, whether AD, Conquer, so
You see, these things, right? These all are Fridays pre-weekend refresh. Okay, so these jobs are
okay.
for pre-weekend refresh. So you will get to know tomorrow. I'll let you know tomorrow, like what all jobs first we need to run and which is dependent on which. I'll teach you this. These colors mean something. So this white,
Yes,
yellow, and
yes.
red, they mean something. So I'll explain you tomorrow.
Okay.
But
Oh,
as just for now,
yeah,
why I
yeah.
told we have to hold everything, right? We have to
Mm,
hold once the job gets completed. That is
mm,
mainly because that the ODS is being used common for all these jobs, all these red marks jobs. So we
okay.
cannot run ADE and Conquer at the same time, or ADE and SOAR at the same time, or ADE Store at the same time, or ADE C2P at the same time, or ADE C event at the same time, or all these jobs together at the same time. I cannot do it. If we
Mm,
do that kind of a step, then we will surely face a data critical big issue.
yes,
Everything will get
yes.
messed up. So we need to
Yeah.
make sure that we run one job at a time. I
Mm,
think maybe once you get all this KT right, I'll be running and you will be shadowing with me. And once you get into confidence, then you will start running and I'll be shadowing. So this is
okay.
how this is how it will work in
Okay.
AZ. So this is how they will
Okay.
plan actually.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, sure,
so
definitely.
so that even you will get confident enough, and once you're confident enough, then totally you'll be taking care of all these things on your own.
Okay. Okay.
So right now, the hold is for ODS table is common for all these jobs. So we run one and then hold it, and then we run the next one, we hold it, then we run the next one, we hold it, we complete, hold
Oh,
it. So that is
oh,
the that's all it is. So you need not worry about the order. That I will surely explain you on tomorrow about the pre-weekend. Totally about
oh,
what is pre-weekend and what are the jobs, all these
oh,
jobs.
okay. Okay.
Even the
So,
pre-weekend, even the pre-weekend will have ROW refresh, which we saw on
oh,
Wednesday, right? So we saw on Wednesday, right? We have a ROW refresh over here,
mm,
ROW HTM refresh. The same refresh
yes,
we'll also have on Fridays. The same procedure we have to ask.
okay.
They'll provide us. We'll get the same concern duplicate check we have to do. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain you tomorrow all this. I think you're clear. Do you have any doubts?
Up to here, okay, it's fine for me.
Yeah, okay. Okay then. Okay, so that's all for today. And tomorrow the call is scheduled at 3 to 4. Okay,
Yeah,
three to
no
four.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
So just today alone, I just rescheduled it because you faced an issue. From tomorrow,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will be on 3 to 4 p.m.
yeah, yeah, sure,
So
sure.
tomorrow I'll let you know about all the pre-weekend jobs, and once done, I will ask my team application manager if I have to explain you on the weekend refresh. I'm not sure because everything is kept on plan. So I'll ask him if he says yes, then I'll teach you on the weekend refresh as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, yeah. So that's it. So thank you very much. So if there
Yeah.
is anything, any doubt you have, please do not hesitate. You can ask me or the team.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
is,
sure, sure.
so they'll explain you.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Before I will ping you at 2:30 like that, so that because since today I have faced issue, it was delayed. So tomorrow I will make sure